Go ahead and get started. Before we start our regular scheduled commission meeting, we have a public hearing regarding Apex Disposal, LLC, C&D landfill in Hayden, Alabama. This was duly noticed according to state law. Do some simple ground rules. We'll do 3-minute presentations. Just what we'll do is we'll start from the front row. I'll ask if anybody wants to speak, and then I will ask that Apex go last after we're done. So we'll go ahead and begin. So nobody in the front row. So second row, raise your hand if you want to speak. Third row. Fourth. Third. Okay.
I'll say something.
If you could give me your name and your address, please.
Todd Keeney, 1070 Mountain Lake Road. That's in 1070 Mountain Lake Road. But anyway, I've been a Blount County resident for 28 years, and was a school teacher by trade, but do construction on the side, part-time. And anytime we have construction waste, we always have to go up to Mary Buckaloo to the, I guess now it's what, Sandtech or change, I don't know what it is now, Republic. But anyway, to dump our trash from the construction sites, we always have to go up there because the Blount County landfill is too much of a pain in the rear to unload, because I got to unload by hand. I got to dump this here, I got to dump my wood and my nails in it in another bin, and I'm unloading by hand. Right now I can't unload it by hand because I got a torn up shoulder. So I use a dump trailer. Well, dump trailer, I got to go spend my money in Jefferson County. And if I had a place more local, which is probably 3 miles from my house now, that'd make it a lot easier on me and the guys I work for. Because we're remodeling a house in Hayden right now, about to build another one. So it'd be a big help to us if we had some place where we could dump our construction waste more, I guess, make it more convenient. Yep. Thank you.
Jared Jones, 1933 Mountain Trail, Warrior, Alabama. I just wanted to speak on behalf of the guys trying to do this. I've known them a long time. They're good folks. They're going about it the right way. I like the way they're doing it because I can tell you that regardless if they go about it the right way or the wrong way, the outcome's going to be the same. People's still going to be dumping. And we really need a place for this to go on. Because whether it gets dumped legally or illegally, it's still going to get dumped in Blount County somehow, some way, because we just cannot afford going to Jefferson County for $49 a ton to go to Mary Buckaloo. People's not going to pay that, especially the way things are right now. And if you are running one of these businesses and you've got dumpsters to roll off, I haven't, and nobody's wanting to pay that. So we need a place to do this, and whether it gets done the right way or the wrong way, it's still going to happen. It's a needed thing. It's very, very needed, and I'm glad that he's going about it the right way, because there's plenty of people that would go about it the wrong way and not do it. He's here to do it the right way, and I'm here to say that I'm proud of him for doing that.
And I want to clarify something. We're talking about this is not solid waste. It's not bio waste or medical waste. This is concrete, asphalt, roofing shingles. That's it. So yeah, just to make clear what we're discussing.
Okay, next row.
Josh Butler, 526 High Point Drive. I've known Andrew since T-ball growing up, when school graduated with him, and Adam. Our children have grown up in school together, and they're great people. I'm currently a business owner as well, Butler Construction, and my mom owns Mill It Up. We employ roughly almost 100 people for 30 plus years, and they're good people. And what I do know is same way with asphalt and dumping and everything. need a place to dump. And, we're always looking for dump sites, and, they're few and far between in this area. And, you know, another great thing, I mean, it's the American dream to get out, start your own business. And what these guys have done, they've already invested a lot of money in the amount of red tape it takes to open a dump. And they've done it the right way. And the cost on that, the steps it takes, everything is done legally, and I appreciate them doing it the right way. And plus, I mean, it's gonna create jobs and revenue for Blount County. I mean, so I don't see where you can go wrong. I mean, like I said, the amount of red tape that's involved in owning a dump site, they have no choice but to do it the right way. And, knowing these guys, I know they will, so.
There's another gentleman that started raising his hand. Anybody else?
I'd like to speak. You guys know we come in here, we're generally silent observers for the most part.
You just state your name.
Oh, Mike Parrish, 480 Davis Lane. But with all of these landfills they're trying to locate here in Blount County, it feels like our community is under attack in a lot of ways. And an attack to me is something where you can knowingly cause damage to somebody and you do it anyway. So, we're going to get into a lot of the ways that that's going on. I want to touch on, I know a lot of the stated responsibilities that you guys have on your website, on the notices and whatnot. They go over things like considering criteria, facilities and improvements required to support the reduction of the possibility of damage, but there's nothing that actually says that you're going to vote in the best interests of the citizens. I think that's a pretty glaring omission. One of the things that I'd like to talk about is your community impact. Alright, if you guys have watched the video on the Cleveland Citizens Group, they talk about all of our aquifers, the recharge areas, and that sort of thing. So, what a recharge area is, that's where your groundwater will largely be soaked into the ground to recharge your aquifers, which of course, we're all well water, so that is your drinking water. Now, the area that they're talking about is the Murphy Valley area, and that is a heavy recharge spot for the aquifer in the Cumberland Plateau, or I believe they called it the Pennsylvanian. Either way, the majority of our county is covered by that. This area specifically, and they've talked about the higher elevation and whatnot, which means that any water that's not soaked in will run off and will hit these recharge areas. So anything in that water is going into the drinking water. Not a question if, it's happening. One of the things I'd like to look at here is, I pulled up the top 10 health issues for Blount County. Alright, so we have heart disease, cancer, hypertension, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, diabetes, depression, obesity, stroke, Alzheimer's, and chronic kidney disease. Now, you want to keep that list in mind and think about how many family members you might have that have this issue, how many people you know that may have these issues, because we're going to touch back on all of it. So the first one is we're going to talk about your forever plastics. All right, everybody hears about these all the time. A lot of them are water soluble, and they're present in your coatings, your insulation, and your treated textiles, which are all prevalent in construction and demolition and whatnot. So, the erosion control by these landfills is, as I recall, it was 3 parts, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong here. There's a vegetative barrier.
That'll be 3 minutes.
Oh. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else behind the doors? Apex, if y'all wanna, I don't know how y'all wanna do it. Is there anybody else back there that wanted to say anything? Okay. It's fine. Recognize recognize Apex.
Good morning, Commissioners. Don't have the connectivity for the TV. Does anybody have the password for that Wi-Fi network? I can type that in, maybe connect to the airplane.
Did you get the input changed for the HDMI?
It changed HDMI, but it wants to present off screen. So I can connect AirPlay if I have that password. If not, I can talk about it.
If you can't get it, you can always leave a
Okay.
digital copy with us and we can go over.
We'll just do that. We'll plan to do that. I don't know exactly how much information you need. I know there's a lot in the packet, but I will say that just kind of give you an overview, so everybody in the room can actually hear as well. I'm Stephen Blankenship with McGeechee Engineering. We're representing the engineering firm that's doing the design work. They'll be submitting the detailed design to the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. So they'll have, and this is, as you guys know, it's part of the process for getting to the approval of the landfill, but one of the things that ADEM does is we meet the criteria for the landfill's design. As was mentioned by Mr. Armstrong, this is a C&D construction and demolition landfill. It does have the ability to add tires if needed, and probably everybody in this county knows that, at the end of the year, the regulations are changing with the state to be very more beneficial for the environment from a tire standpoint, because they'll be required to be shredded. But just for location, since we don't have the photo, the location is at the very south portion of Blount County, primarily next to the Jefferson County line. It's right there off of Sibleyville Road. The entrance to the facility is off of Sibleyville Road to the east. The only waters mentioned or necessary to close to the project is Sibleyville Creek and Hoagland Creek, and both of those are significantly lower elevation than the proposed disposal area. The ADEM requires that there should be a minimum of 5 foot between the groundwater elevation and the bottom layer of the disposal area. Apex is proposing that minimum plus a 2-foot compacted clay liner in between or above that groundwater table and the disposal area. So consideration for groundwater impacts has already been considered. In addition to establishing that, ADEM requires that you monitor groundwater in February, March, and April. Apex has went kind of a step further and drilled wells, groundwater monitoring wells, at the end of December of last year, began monitoring in January, February, March, April, and the 1st of May, so we can establish groundwater in the wet season, so we can ensure that all the activity for the landfill is meeting the criteria that ADEM requires to be set above the groundwater elevation. There is as was mentioned, there is a vegetative buffer that came from the public awareness session where we explained that there is a minimum of a 100-foot buffer from Sibleyville Creek, which is located to the north, which is also at a significantly lower elevation than the disposal area. Hoagland Creek is located to the east, which is really on the other side, east of Sibleyville Road. And so both of those locations will be protected by through a separate ADEM permit, not just a landfill permit, but a stormwater permit that has sediment control basins where all the water leaving the site will filter through a sediment basin.
Thank you.
So,
and this is all covered in the
it's all covered in
original
there,
application.
all the information. Additionally, we provided all this information to the public at the public awareness session. And so, yes, all that information is there. ADEM will review that.
So nothing has changed from this?
Nothing has changed as presented to you and as presented at the public awareness session.
Thank you.
I'll say this, as far as Blount County Transfer Station, it's basically a convenience center now. I've ran it since 2011, I think, maybe early 12. And we only have 40 cubic yard dumpsters, which is legal. We've tried to make it where you can get a dump bed into 2 containers. And like I said, it's still an inconvenience on contractor type stuff. So like I said, we It's just the way the system, they converted that over from an actual transfer station to a convenience center in about 2010. So that's just the way it operates, and that's what we have to go to.
Council? That concludes today's public hearing. We'll give, wait 3 minutes before we start the commission meeting. I'll call this meeting to order. This is the, May Blount County Commission meeting. We have a quorum present. I'd like to recognize Mr. Michael Jones from Crossroads Baptist to do our invocation. And if I can remain standing for the pledge.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, as I stand here today, I'm just reminded of how gracious you have been to us to allow us to be living in a country, in a state, in a county, in a community where people have a voice. Father, that is so different from most everywhere else, but you have blessed us. So, Father, we say thank you for that. Lord, I thank you that according to your word in Romans 13, that our government is in place as your servants. So each one of these commissioners, Father, is just your servant. And Father, you have placed them there for the good of the people. And so, Father, I pray that today, as they make decisions, Father, that they'll be guided by your hand. And Father, that the decisions that they make will be for the good of the people. Lord, I thank you most of all for your Son, Jesus Christ. It's through him that we have hope, no matter what may come. So, Father, we thank you most of all for him. So, Father, again, we commit this meeting to you for your glory. I pray this in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda as presented? So moved. Second. All those in favor? Any opposed? We have some guests today. I'd like to recognize Sam Howell, PALS recap. If you can keep it at our 3-minute mark, we got more business.
No.
You know I can't do that.
Well, this is the 3rd meeting you've been here now.
All right, thank you very much for the opportunity to bring you a recap of the Blount County PALS Don't Drop It on Blount County spring cleanup. It was very successful. I'll be very quick. I'll read it, actually. Thank you again for the $600 financial commitment the Commission voted to donate for the 2026 Don't Drop It on Blount County spring cleanup. The prize money was distributed to 5 different winners that submitted pictures of trash being picked up in Allen County. Pictures were put in a hat and drawn out randomly. It was actually broadcast live on the Chamber of Commerce Facebook page to make sure everything was on the up and up. The recap, District 1 had 18 entries by 2 participants. The winner was Friends of the Locust Fork River. District 2 had 16 entries by 2 different participants. The winner was Youth Leadership Development Program. District 3 had 39 entries by 4 different participants. The winner was Lady Lakers of Highland Lake. And District 4 had 29 entries by 1 participant. The winner was Friends of the Locust Fork River. The grand prize winner was Lady Lakers of Highland Lake. The pictures were submitted and uploaded on the Facebook page of the Blount County Chamber of Commerce. 211 followers. That's great. We're heading in the right direction. The PALS banners that I showed you in the last meeting that we had printed, and you thankfully hung them up on the dumpsters that were supplied by Republic or near the dumpster. I went around and collected all of those for safekeeping. I managed to get 3 out of 4. One of them apparently was taken by the Republic company and nowhere to be found. So Friends of the Local Fork River will come up with some more money to make the fourth one for next year. A huge thank you to the hometown bank for the use of their electronic highway signs within the county. The big thanks to the Blount County newspaper and WCRL radio station for the support and advertising. Spring cleanup could not have been successful without the effort and the enthusiasm of the Blount County Aniani Chamber of Commerce. The partners in the spring cleanup are analyzing the results and plan to have an even more successful spring cleanup in 2027 with the help of the Blount County Commission. I know you all are very busy, but thank you very much for the time you and your crew were able to invest in the cleanup of Blount County. We really, really appreciate it. Your financial investment was well received, and maybe we can do a little better next year. Who knows?
Would you say there was a bigger turnout this year?
Yes, we did have much better turnout than the last 5 years we've been trying to get people involved. So we're heading in the right direction. I think we have the partners that are needed, including the commission. It's a big, big, big part, because we focused, when we talked about the cleanup, promoted the cleanup, we accentuated the fact that the Blount County Commission was involved. Not only with the commissioners trying to rally their district to pick up trash and submit pictures, but also the financial commitment. And we appreciate it, Alex.
The first year that I was a part of this, my dumpster sat in Locust Court, and it never hardly got filled up. This time we've had to go every week and compact it down with a backhoe because it was overflowing.
I agree. I went around and looked at the dumpsters periodically, and there was a lot of debris being put in the dumpsters. There were some of the pouch trash bags, which we can identify as part of this program we have here, but there was a lot of debris, which tells me that we're keeping trash and debris out of these illegal dumps that are taking place. You know, and it's a shame that Blount County is so attractive to these waste disposal companies. We all know it has to be done. I wish they all don't have to locate in Blount County, but with all that debris going into those dumpsters that you all provided, we kept it out of illegal landfill.
That's right.
And that, you should be commended.
Maybe you should buy some land in another county.
Yeah. Maybe what we should do is have some of those dumpsters spread out all over the county, so all that debris can be put in 24/7, 365 days. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you,
Sam.
I'm gonna say this, Danette, my assistant, she usually goes to Montgomery, picks up bags for the pals, coordinates the dumpster being brought to the location, so she does a lot of extra work on top of what she already does, handling landfill stuff and the road stuff, so I'm gonna thank her for her efforts.
She does, because every year, this month, that's our whole go-to, it's called the net.
Yeah.
Next, we have representatives for United Way.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank the council and the commission for allowing us to have time to be able to speak and talk a little bit about United Way. My name is George Mickens, and I'm a relationship manager for United Way, and this is my very first Blount County Commission meeting. And just sitting back, I was taking some notes on my phone and really thinking about ways that United Way can get involved in some of these issues and see if there's any support that we can offer as far as issues that are happening in our county. Because Blount County is one of our 6 county footprints that we do look at, and so one, I wanted to thank you guys for contributions made to United Way. It has been extremely helpful, and just to kind of highlight just a couple things that took place last year from last year's campaign, we have fed over 15 million people from homes with our Meals on Wheels. We have helped over 83,000 youth in academic support in our after-school programs. And then we also have helped over 6,000 homeless and homeless people find shelter with veterans and things like that. So again, those couldn't be made possible without the donations from all of our counties, but especially here at Blount County. And Mr. Bradley, I want to thank you again for taking time out. And again, I'm leaving my name and my number with you. And some of the issues that we have going on, I would love to be able to kind of pick your brain and see if there's any way United Way can help solve some of these problems. Because talking about waste and dumps and illegal things going on like that, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something we can do to build that relationship, because that's what United Way is for. I want to leave you guys with one number. We all heard of 911, right? We know what 911 is. When we call 911 if there's issues going on, if we feel threatened, if we're looking for, safety, things like that. United Way, they have a number called 211. And I don't know if you've heard about it. 211 is a 24-hour assistance hotline that's available to all of our 6 counties. If there's a fire, if there's anything that's taking place where you don't know where to start, you can call that number, and that number connects you in real time with resources that's available in your area. The top 3 phone calls that we've had this past year has been for transportation, for utilities, and for housing. And there's a number of things that we also help with, but those are the top 3. So again, if you know someone that's in trouble, again, you don't have to give money. You could be an advocate, you could be a voice where they don't know where to go. 211, they can use that number, call that number, United Way hotline, and it gets you connected in real time with those resources. Again, Commission, thank you guys so much for taking time to listen to us, and we look forward to continue working with you guys, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We get a motion to consider approving the minutes of April 14th, 2026 meeting and claims for the month of April.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor? Any opposed? Next, we have consider a correction of the record of a surplus of asset 3424, 2011 Chevy Silverado. It was previously stated as asset 3624, but the correction is 3424. Get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? 7, consider Blount County Public Transportation fiscal year 27 grant and approval of resolution 2026-0501. We have Ms. Jennifer with us today. Got anything to say, or?
No, this is just our yearly grant approval. It keeps us going for the next year and helps us buy our buses. There will be addendums to that because the buses that we need are not currently available. So when those come available, there will be addendums to that. But other than that, it's just our yearly.
Is that still something from COVID, where they're not available?
No, this is
Okay.
just, it's the contract with the state. They are trying to work out something with the government, with a Georgia contract also to make something a little bit more cost efficient, hopefully.
Okay.
So if they can work that out, I actually have bought from the government, from the Georgia contract the last couple of years, and it has been a little bit better for us, so we're hoping that'll work out again, so fingers crossed. But either way, even if it does come from, normally it comes from Pelham, from the bus center in Pelham, that's usually where our contract comes from. But either way, it'll be coming probably in the next few months, but.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Item 8, consider renewal of CDs ending in 8374, 3783, and 1197 Hometown Bank. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. I think we're gonna get numbers on that, Mark.
I don't have the dollar amount, but they're all 12 months. I don't know if you guys wanna break one of the bigger ones maybe to 6 months.
We'll fill that one in during the construction phase.
We're running actually cheaper than what I thought it was gonna be, so. I would suggest 2 at least for a year, maybe the other one, break it up and do half.
Is there a penalty if we have to?
If you cash it out prior to the maturity date, you'll lose
Interest.
Your interest earned.
I'll amend my motion to do one for 6 months.
To split it in 2. two sixes off of one. Or getting the full amount in six.
Would this wasn't planning anything we're gonna discuss in the executive session here, no,
What'd you say, Mark, on the?
Do you wanna split one into, take one that's currently a 12 and do two sixes, or put all of it into a six?
I would split it and just do,
I think do two sixes.
do 1 12 and 1 6.
Okay.
But I don't see us getting into that.
Do we know which one's
But
which?
just in
We
case.
got 3 accounts listed here.
Are they all the 1 million each?
One's $1 million, over $1 million with the interest, and one's over $500,000, yeah, and then the other one's over $1 million with the interest.
So this is all money, just for clarification, this is all money that we had set aside
Yes.
for courthouse renovation when Judge Green was still here,
So if 2 of them are over $1 million, I say do those for a year, and then, the 500,000 or whatever it is for 6 months.
Split that one.
All right, got a motion?
Second.
Second, any other discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Next, item 9, consider CRS longevity participation agreement and resolution. This is, a 3-year program that you participate in, that you eventually reduce your, premiums for the year for insurance with this.
Second.
Motion second, all those in favor? Any opposed? Item 10, consider surplus and sale of district court pews and furniture.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Item 11, consider Douglas Water Authority recommendation for Mr. Curtis Hawkins to replace board member Mr. Philip Cleveland. This appointment will finish Mr. Cleveland's term ending on March 1st, 2027.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Item 12, consider ACCA Legislative Committee nominee. This is currently being held by Commissioner Moore. Myself has held it. I think Commissioner Washburn's held it before.
I've been on it before.
If, Commissioner Moore's okay with it, I'd do it this time.
Yes. I am good with it, for Nick to utilize it.
So that's your motion?
That is my motion.
Second.
Motion second. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed?
Hey, can we have, proxies on these, or how does that work?
No.
Okay.
It's a 2-day event.
Yep. All right.
And you get recognized during summer conference. Item 13, consider candidate for ACCA Board of Directors, place 7, and also consider candidate for ACCA Vice President. I will make a recommendation for Commissioner Armstrong to be the ACCA Board of Director, place 7.
I'll second it.
I'm just suggesting.
Somebody's gotta make a motion.
You gotta make a motion.
Somebody's gotta make a motion.
You made a motion. Is that your motion?
That is my motion.
I'll second that part of it.
Okay.
I'll say this, me and Judge Green talked a little over a year ago.
No, I thought you said motion. I'm sorry.
I'm just electing.
I'm
Nominating.
I'm considering running for the ACCA president in the next year or so, if I go back into office. We hadn't had one in Blount County, I think, to my knowledge, I'm the only one that's ever served on the board from Blount County, unless maybe Gene Blaylock or somebody done it 50 years ago, but we don't know that they did. So anyway, I appreciate the motion and recommendation.
Got a motion and second. Any other discussion?
Well, it's come to my attention about this, that if you are the president, you're always on the board.
You are.
And,
So
that could help Blount County out. Alan, you can probably explain a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, so like if you're a president or past president, you're automatically serve on the ACCA Board of Directors. Then that opens up another slot, that another, we're in a district, St. Clair, Shelby, and Bibb, which is odd, because me and Sonny's talked about that, and he didn't really realize it geographically when he was doing it, but we may see some changes in that, but you know, we could possibly have two board members on. 'Cause Morgan County actually has 2 past presidents that serve on the board till they leave office. Like I said, we was able to get those, 8M stormwater grants. I believe it give us a head start on that, when that second round of money, when you say, Dustin, when that, because you was privy to it, I was privy to it through the board of directors, I think, was able to jump on it and get that, so, anyway. In a nutshell, it's good to have representation on there.
What was that on?
We wanna consider a candidate for the minority?
I don't know. Nick, you in?
No.
Native American.
You
I'm
don't
good.
wanna represent?
No, I'm good.
Alright.
So if I can get an amended motion for place 7 and no nomination for VP or minority.
I amend my motion.
Second.
Second. All those in favor? Any opposed? 14, consider construction of storage office space at the animal shelter. We have Ms. Karen with us today.
Yes, how are y'all this morning?
Good.
Thanks for having me. I'll be brief. I just wanted to kind of ask for your blessings to use some of our special funds that have been donated to the shelter and fundraising funds. We've done several improvements in the past year. Mark and I sat down last year when we got a really large donation on how we could improve the shelter, and one of them was paving our parking lot and driveway. It looks wonderful. We've done some work in our kennel area, and the next is the storage building. I have got a quote here from Mitchell Eller. This is the person I would like to use. I wanted y'all to look at it, see if you had any concerns. The shelter, we've outgrown our space. We need storage for food and supplies. For the past, I don't know, maybe 8 years or so, I've not had to buy food. We have that much food donated to the shelter upon our request, which allows us to use money for other things like vaccines and things like that. It's a blessing. But we're not able to store it properly. Right now, we store our food in garbage cans outside of our lab area. So we just need something a little bit better, a little bit more professional. I did put the quote in there, and then I also just kind of give y'all a brief sketch of what it would like. It will be a pole barn type building. It will have the same thickness as the shelter and not overtower. It'll be like 12 foot high. We did add a office area. I do not have an office in the shelter. I rotate through and lock our personal space, our personal files and all in a cabinet in the lab. So I would really like to have an office area. This building will not have plumbing. We talked about that. To connect our existing plumbing, would have to cut through our asphalt and stuff. I'm okay with that. I just need a secure place, a quiet place that I can do things in my office. So if you want to look through that, kind of give me your blessing, see if you have any concerns. Tim McCoy will be the person that Mitchell Eller will use for concrete. I spoke with him before. He came out and looked at it. Mitchell had concerns about our asphalt and the concrete trucks. The concrete, when you look at that estimate, it's a little bit high, but they're going to have to pipe the concrete so they don't tear up our asphalt, back up our driveway, pipe it to the side. And there's a lot of excavating that needs to go on right there to get it to grade where it needs to be for the pole barn. We've got several stumps, additional stumps that need to be removed. I've already had some of them moved and 5 trees cut down. But after consulting with the maintenance department, we had one plan kind of in mind, and now this plan, the maintenance department agreed with me that this would be better, more use of our space so we don't lose the area that we have. If you'll look at the last page, and I'm sorry, my plans are kind of primitive, but it shows you where the building will be located. It'll be kind of behind our puppy pen. It'll be concrete, and there will be a concrete slab that connects from the building to our existing building to where we can roll carts of supplies in and out. This building will be ample enough space that we can actually have an improved inventory of our supplies. If you've been to the shelter somewhat, I say it sometimes looks like a yard sale, and it drives me nuts, because we just put things where we have space for it. But I think this will be able to, we'll be able to store our supplies, and it'll look so much more professional. So if you have any concerns, if you'll let me know. If you feel free to call me at the shelter. Most of you have my cell phone number. Do you have any questions today?
I guess on the concrete,
Yes, sir.
Do you know what the price per yard was on that?
Cheaper than what we get.
So it's cheaper than our bid?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay.
So Tim McCoy's the one that done our concrete at the, multipurpose center just the other day. And, yeah, he buys so much, he can get a better deal.
Yes, sir,
And,
definitely.
we had some leftover pieces of, concrete wire.
Is that where that come from?
Yeah, and we talked to Tim, and he told us, you know, I don't know how many pieces left over, but
10,
instead of taking them
10,
back,
12?
we just brought them up there, because he said that, if you went through all this, you would be needing it. So anyway, we
I
donated
sprayed
that to
weeds
you.
on Monday, and I thought, where did this come from?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's for your concrete, because like I said, we had just a few pieces left over, and we just took them up there instead of taking them back.
If any of you want to drive by the shelter, I asked the maintenance department to come to me and kind of look at it, because they will be the ones tying in the electrical and, stuff like that, and putting it in the mix split. I wanted to have their opinion on what would be easier. This is the design they thought would be easier. We kind of wanted to put a deal like a barn type, and I didn't think that it would look good sitting there. I wanted it to match the shelter and look, aesthetically pleasing when you drive up.
Right.
So if you have any concerns, or if you, I'm more than welcome. I don't do fields for a living. If you want to come up there and look at the ground, tell me what you think, give me an opinion. I don't want to misuse our money. I want it to go and, be spent best it can.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I asked, because I know for some smaller projects, and when that bid come in last year, it was a lot cheaper than what we'd been buying for. So.
Well, I asked, I did. I built a few houses myself, and, I'm not totally blindsided by some of it. When I asked Mark what we paid, actually Mitchell gets it a lot cheaper. And he will subcontract through, all of our services. I really would like for him to handle it, so I don't have to deal with all those and make sure they're covered underneath his insurance. So that makes me feel good.
Makes Scott feel better too.
Yeah. He does have, as part of the quote that he sent me, has small contract items, and I'll need to send it to one of you guys and let y'all look at it, and maybe you add to it or agree to it, or.
As long as it's part of the motion.
Bring it. Part of the motion, there we go.
So it'd be subject to, legal reviewing the contract submitted from Ms. Startle.
Thank you very much.
Be happy to.
Okay, thank y'all. Y'all have a nice day.
All right, so if I get a motion to consider or okay the construction of storage office space and the contract upon legal.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Item 15, consider MOU with 911 for security cameras. MOU was drafted by our council. I have no issue with it.
License.
License.
Are we still converting those over to here and
So
EMA?
we will, it's on-site and electrical cloud, so it's redundant if the internet goes down, and we have full access to it.
And these are at 911?
No, this
This is
is
the one-
it's on their property.
I got
The
you.
power
I got
comes from
you.
their property.
The one
We
that
get a
power
license.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this document only deals with access.
Yeah. For power, for electric, and,
And if you wanted to carry it a little further, you could install other things as it relates to their property. So, but as it sits right now, I guess you're only gonna use power, so. But it's just a license to do that.
But this agreement leaves us open to do other things.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you could actually update I'll call it the project list, if you will. Instead of electricity, it could be something different. I'm not sure what it could be right this second, but it could be all kind of.
This fixes the internet situation too? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. My agreement just allows the access.
Okay. And this is,
Whatever.
reduces our cost by a lot.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Item 16, discuss dump truck fleet. We've been leasing them on, with a 5-year note, and selling them at the end of the year. I think there's been some new engineering designs on these dump trucks that.
Yes, we need to make the decision to either keep them now, or we swap them out one more time by the end of the year to get, trucks back with the old emissions law before the new emission law come out. Because of, just like everybody knows with any of the emission laws, the first year of the new emissions usually brings a whole lot of problems with the trucks, and they probably won't sell as good. And that's our whole thing, is to keep them for a year and then sell them and all that. So we just need to make a decision, we keep exactly what we got today, or do we flip them one more time before the end of the year, and then probably have to keep them for a year or two or something, until the emissions straighten back up.
I'd like to keep
Unless we
mine.
get stuck with them, just like we did in '09 or whatever year that was.
I would say stuff until running up that.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I'm the one that got stuck with them.
Well, you had max.
No, mine had emissions on them, y'all did.
Yeah, sure.
No, I got stuck with them. We know, what that payment will be here?
I don't know the payment offhand, but it's due in August.
Yeah.
August is a year, so, that's kind of why I put on here where you would have time to, if you decided to, for one, you could catch the September sale if y'all did that, but also, hey, you know, it took several months last time to get
Yeah.
your trucks in.
If we wanted to flip them one more time, we would need to get a build date on the truck before January 1st. So it wouldn't have the new emissions on it.
Before when? Wouldn't have to get the build date before.
The build date has to be before January 1st. So if we ordered them, even if we ordered them in December, no, you have to order them now, or not now, but you gotta order them a couple months ahead of time. But they have to be, the build date is before January 1, that's when the new emissions law goes in.
So since we have a early June meeting, you wanna put this in old business for June?
Yeah, 'cause I got some questions I'd like to ask.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we need to,
Ask me executive on it.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot to take in there, but
I feel comfortable putting it in June,
Yeah.
discuss again.
I do feel like we need to keep them next year for sure, and let the new emissions kind of get all the bugs worked out of them, just like any, you know, any Dodge, Chevrolet, and everybody has problems with new emissions coming out, and, a lot of bugs in them, whatever, so we probably don't wanna do it next year, but we need to make about that if we wanna flip them one more time before then.
We'll just circle back around in June.
Motion to table.
Motion to table.
Second.
All those in favor to table? Any opposed? Item 17, consider fiscal year 27 nutrition agreements with M4H.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Next, consider various budget amendments, $1,039.99, $6,255, and $6,533 to Palisades Parks, recoveries on insurance, $1,640 to District 1 for self-asset 3814, $10,728 to District 4, recoveries on insurance, $16,280 to the general fund for tax sale fees, $767 to the museum for fundraiser proceeds, $455 to animal control for sale of assets 3424, $1,101 and $2,510 to transportation for sale of assets 3890 and 4199. Next we got, motion.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, discuss courthouse renovations. We're moving along pretty well. HVAC, I would say 90 to 95% complete. They're just tapping up everything. Units have been installed on the roof. The next steps will be to encapsulate the ceiling and then start painting and moving on to floors. The district courtroom seating will be here possibly mid-June. That's the current ship date for the courtroom furniture. Other than that, if y'all wanna take the time at some point to go look at everything before they fully start closing everything up. A lot of concrete, a lot of dust, and moving forward with that. Next, we got, reports from engineer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
Update on our Federal Exchange Fund project, which is bridge painting on County Road 26 and Perryman Drive. Last month, updated you guys on 26, they finished it. And this month, they have finished Perryman Drive Bridge. So Seminole Equipment is the contractor. They started work on March 20th, and they have completed both bridges. The only thing we're lacking are the joint seals, which they had to specially order those, so they're taking a little bit of time to get in. But as soon as those come in, it'll probably take them a day to put joint seals on both those bridges, and then they'll be completely done. The contract amount was $362,734. So far, they've not invoiced us, so we haven't paid them yet, but the final amount will probably be right at that contract amount number. There was some things that we had to add in the contract, but there's also some things that we took away, so it's gonna end up being about what the contract amount was. And they're at 25 or so working days right now, so. You can see some of these pictures, it's really, I mean, it's incredible to me how good a job they did. A lot of the steel girders and the bearings look, completely new, so I was very pleased with the work they did. They contained both bridges well, so.
I would say too, I mean, there was very little, slowdown of traffic or anything while it was going on. It went very good. I was a little concerned about 26 and, traffic control and all that, but, I mean, you pretty much didn't even know they were there unless you just saw their braces hanging off the bridge.
So that will probably be the last update I'll give for this project, and that'll also deplete our Federal Exchange Fund. So the next project that I anticipate us working on will be the Warrior Creek Road Bridge with that money. We were just notified last week that we did not get the grant that we applied for, but the good news is that the grant did go to the town of Allgood, so they were able to get that $250,000. They actually got, they got $300,000, so, but we can use our Federal Exchange Fund on that bridge. We'll get another $400,000 in October, and so this fall we'll start working on that project. As far as update on Rickwood Caverns, so Vulcan Materials was the contractor for the paving. Ozark Striping did the traffic stripe. Vulcan began on April 13th paving. Their initial contract amount for paving was $384,385. We're projecting the invoice to come in at about $446,256. So we had a pretty good overrun there. We've not paid the contractor yet, but should be getting an invoice any day now for that work. So they put a 2-inch binder leveling layer, and then they also did a 2-inch wearing surface layer. There were some additional areas that we found that were a little bit soft, so we put a little bit more leveling layer in those areas. They did a good job. You can see from the pictures. I think it rides good. Can't think of any issues we had other than that.
Yeah, a few spots, and that was on the slope side that it's on, and, she had a couple of small issues where it come.
Yeah.
We dug those out, got them. Run higher.
Anytime you build a brand new road through the wood, over rock, that's the way to do it.
And that's kind of the reason we wanted them to open it last winter.
Yeah.
Is to maybe find these issues quicker with myself. My sister actually went and rode her bicycle on yesterday. She's an avid cyclist, and she made a video and posted on my social media, so, and I put a video out there the other day of just the ride after they got everything strapped, so. Turned out great, glad to be a part of it, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
So as Commissioner Armstrong mentioned, the total, amount for Ozark and Vulcan, came in at $470,000. So originally, 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, I think we projected it to be around 600,000. And then we thought we could do it for 500,000.
Well, actually, when we first started, we was looking at, 28 foot.
Yeah.
And because of the accommodating, couple of council asked for bike lanes. And then when we got out there, me and Dave got talking, we caught you over there, but we felt maybe best because of the slopes on the lower side, to shore up the base, is do 30 foot, so we added actually 2 more foot of road since we was discussing the 28 foot road already. So
We did.
we done 4 foot bike lanes instead of, no, we done 5 foot bike lanes instead of 4. That way it gives the cyclists a little more room and still good slope area.
So, and right, so far, it's not open yet. I read out there yesterday, and the guys are working on the ticket booth.
They got they've done the drilling and they had the pipe set. I assume they'll concrete them today. So what I'm pretty sure what they're gonna do, based off my talk with the regional, maintenance manager, is on the side they enter now, they've got a sliding gate, and there's a code that they give campers if they come in there after hours. So they're putting, I think it's gonna be lift gates that's gonna be in that center island, and you pull up and put a code in, open it up, you go in after hours. But you can bicycle anytime. They'll have some more, outlets out here on bike lanes, just so they can drive around, but you can get your bicycle. It's not all day.
Yeah, I know our goal is to get it done by Memorial Day, so we're able to meet that goal. But I don't know if they'll have a grand opening.
I got a text from Leslie a while ago, June 8th, ribbon cutting, so put that in your, everybody needs to be a part of it, because everybody had a hand in that. Even legal done pretty good on that.
Item 22 is to consider East Blount subdivision, District 2. This is, minor subdivision that will be located on a county road, so there's no major infrastructure improvements, but it has to be brought before the commission because it's more than 5 lots. So this subdivision, the developer is Matthew Fallon. This is off of County Road 41, kind of at the intersection of County Road 41 and 278. So I recommend approval. If you guys have any questions.
I'd just like to point out that we decided to asphalt that road way before we knew about this.
Tell them what we do this year.
Yeah. We need a motion on that?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Second. Motion second, any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed?
Or little paperwork here.
Item 23 and 24, so we discussed in the last couple of commission meetings about the trail at Palisades Park. We looked at doing a TAP grant project. We ran it through ALDOT, and they didn't think it would qualify for TAP grant funding, so they pointed us in the direction of a recreational trails program grant. To my knowledge, we've never applied for this money, so this will be a new grant process. But it's pretty straightforward. It's similar to the CDBG grants that we do. So the application is due in September. Wagner Engineering is the company that we've talked to and discussed, putting together an application for us. They're gonna have to do some a little bit of environmental work, and some surveying to do the layout. The map here that I provided, that's kind of the trail that, me and a couple of commissioners and Mark, blazed. I marked it, GPS plotted it, it's about 0.6 of a mile, and what was the elevation, 400 feet? Yeah, 400 feet of elevation gain. It's gonna be a challenging project, kinda like Rickwood. It's kinda one of those you look at, and you're like, golly, can we do this? But, I mean, after seeing us do Rickwood, I don't see any reason why we could do this.
We're just talking about a track.
Yeah.
But,
28 feet long.
We'd have a shading, we'd pretty much be done by now.
But the grant is for $524,000 is what we can ask for, request. That's if it's a motorized trail, so I can make it ATV compatible. But I would like for the commission, and I think Commissioner Drummond will do this, doing the trail and doing some type of staircase in the bluff, all part of that grant together. So we can split it up to where the commission will do in-kind work to build the trail, and then hire a contractor to do the staircase. That's kind of my idea, go on board with that. So kind of be two separate contracts, and I don't have a dollar amount yet. Wagner will work on that, so they'll determine if, say, the staircase is $300,000, then the remaining money will be used for us, for materials and labor. I think your labor would be covered in this one too, similar to Rickwood. So, but I would ask for the commission to authorize us to go into contract with Wagner so they can go ahead and start on the environmental studies that they have to do, and the layout and surveying work. It's gonna take a couple of months to put all that together. One thing the commission needs to do, maybe the chairman can do this, is get with Mr. Kenneth Boswell and tell him, maybe set up a meeting. I'll be glad to go with you, and we can propose to him, what our plan is. I think that would give us a leg up in getting the grant. And then we'll have to get letters of support from the commission, legislators, and our legislators to go ahead and start pushing the project in Montgomery.
I'd just like to point out too, I mean, not only will this be a hiking trail, right? The benefit from it will be, rescues from off the bluff. They've had to do several over the years, and as we know from hiking up there the other day, there's no easy way up there. I mean, to do a rescue, and I've talked to some people that had to do rescues up there, and I mean, they hiked up the way we went, or came off the bluff, and then had to try to get people back up the bluff. So I mean, it's gonna be a huge asset as far as rescuing people.
And something else to point out is, there will be no, we won't purchase any property.
Yeah, it's all Blount County property.
It's all Blount County property, so that's good.
So I make a motion that we,
I broke this up, so if we get a motion for, just to do the grant application.
yes.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second, all those in favor? Any opposed? Then, we get a motion to consider the contract with Wagner.
And authorize the chairman to sign the same.
So moved.
Second.
Is this the property that was actually donated to us several years ago?
No.
Part of it.
We had some.
Maybe part, but
We had
most of
some
it.
at the bottom that was donated.
I think this, by the cul-de-sac was,
Yeah.
is it not right?
Yeah, the lower end.
I know there's 3 triangles, if you look at it on the map. I know the most recent donations were the other 2 triangles farther to the west.
Behind the houses.
Yeah, behind the house. I don't know about this one. Anyway,
Our trail ends at the,
Meditation
point, where the steeple is.
Under it.
Yeah. Yeah, about 200 feet under.
so is there a motion on that for the contract?
Motion
Motion second. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Takes us to our counsel, legal counsel.
Mr. Chairman, council is recommending an executive session. I have a letter to Mr. Staton for the purposes that stated therein. That anticipates would be an executive session for 30 minutes, and I do recommend the commission reserve the right to take action after the executive session.
Make a motion, we go into executive session.
Second. All those in favor?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Adding, consider letter of intent for purchase of parcel number 081501000000300. And give District 2 and District 4 commissioners authority to negotiate purchase. So, second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed?
And Mr. Chairman, just for the record, it will come back before the commission to be finally approved.
Yeah.
We're not violating the law here.
Yeah. Takes us to our announcements. Solid Waste Board will meet May 21st, 2026 at 2 p.m. in the commission meeting room to consider Apex Disposal C&D Landfill. Courthouse will be closed May 25th, 2026 for Memorial Day and June 1st, 2026 for Jefferson Davis' birthday. Blount County Commission work session will be held on Thursday, June 4th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Blount County Commission business meeting will be held the following Tuesday, June 9th, 2026 at 9 a.m. And
I'd like to add one more announcement, if you don't mind.
oh yeah, go ahead.
Remembering Our Fallen Heroes 2026 Memorial Day Ceremony, Saturday, May the 16th, 10 a.m., Blount County Courthouse and Judge Reed's courtroom. I hope to see everyone there.
Can I add one thing too? For consideration, on all of our publications for the Apex project, we have noted that June 4th would be the day that the commission would vote on that matter, and that is because the 90-day clock runs out before the commission meeting on Tuesday. So we can have a work session on Thursday and then designate it as a special call business meeting to vote on that one issue if we so publish that.
Or would it be better if we just did a combined meeting that month?
But whatever the pleasure of the commission is, you can do a combined meeting on that Thursday, or vote on one thing and then have your meeting Tuesday, whatever you want to do. But we do have to designate that Thursday at least as a special meeting to conduct one piece of business, unless y'all want to do the whole thing that day.
That was the meeting on June the 9th, the business meeting, should we stay on schedule?
When is the Rickwood ribbon cutting?
Well,
June
that's
8th.
why I'm looking, because on June 8th, that's a Monday actually, 2 p.m. is the opening for the Rickwood ribbon.
Yeah, and that, June 8th is when our clock runs out on the vote, so we got to vote for June 8th.
Do we want to do a combined meeting in June?
On the 4th, on the Thursday, 4th.
Whatever pleasure the commission is.
I'm fine with it.
Everybody okay with
Keep the
that?
agenda short and sweet.
Half? Y'all good with it? I'm good.
Well, for the purposes of the regular, let's have a motion in
Yeah.
second for that, just for the.
I'll make a motion that we combine the work session and business meeting in June to June the 4th.
Second.
Motion and second, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Thank you.
I would like to say something now. I want to thank everybody for coming out to the, first inaugural, Blount County tractor pull that we had 2 weekends ago. It's a huge success. And our next event that'll be there is the rodeo in July. That's just been announced on Facebook in the last week. And just like everybody to continue their support.
July 28th, I think.
27th and 28th, I think.
I think it's the 24th and 25th.
Okay.
Something like that.
It's in July. I tried to list vague and then you tried to do.
Well, I thought
it.
23rd,
Yeah.
24th and 25th.
It's in July.
I'm always
It's all over
pretty-
Facebook,
pretty
everybody
late.
just watching.
All right, we get a motion to adjourn.
So much. Right on time. You in, Mark?
I got one.